Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and just wanted to maybe go over what we do here at TTA Performance. This car just arrived. It was shipped in from, I believe, Louisiana. At least it's got Louisiana plates on it. You got 81 Daytona 500 pace car. Kind of an interesting one. I'm already noticing a few things on it. Like, I don't know if 81 had chrome T-tops or not, but seems to be running halfway decent. We're gonna go take it for a ride. It came here for a bunch of basically maintenance, mechanical work, get it running better, get it performing better, and stuff like that. The customer had purchased a bunch of parts from us and then decided to just ship us the car, so a lot of the parts are already in the trunk and whatever. Let's go take this thing for a ride. One of the things that I noticed right away, it's idling okay. It could idle better. And sorry for the sun glare, it's early morning. But first thing I'm noticing is that the choke light's on, the voltage is not up, so the battery is not charging. And it's got a brand new alternator on it, so it's not, we don't think it's the alternator right away, but we're just going to take it for a quick ride just down the block and back. One of the interesting things that I've noticed is somebody made this engraved panel, and it's kind of false. It pretty much is false. They put the VIN number on there, and then they state that, you know, number 960 of 1201. Well, the first problem is that there's not 1201 of these cars made. There's 2,000 of these cars made. The 960 part is, if you notice, the last three digits of the VIN number is 960. So they're thinking they're sequentially built, and that there's 960 of them made. Or sorry, not 900, that this is the 960th made. Well, all the Daytona 500s, not all of them were built sequentially. So that's actually kind of false. But anyway, we got a surging idle going on. What is the deal? It's just going up and down. Probably the ISC motor is doing that. But let's go for a ride here. Oh, that shifter handle, the rubber's missing. That is not right. The rubber's missing on that. Okay. Oh, steering is super stiff. Oh my gosh. A little rattly. Oh my god, what are you supposed to do with the steering? It doesn't center. I think if I turn the wheel, it kind of stays there. Somebody must have either messed with the steering box or there's something else going on. Oh my gosh, this is hard to drive. How do the brakes feel? Oh, the brakes feel pretty good. Acceleration's not bad. It's okay, I should say. Yeah, I'm bringing this thing back home. I am not taking this down the road or at speed. The steering does not center. Like, here's the steering wheel, watch this. It just stays there. And we go here, and it just stays there. And I don't think that's an alignment thing, because this steering is really stiff. Boost lights seem to only work on, I believe that's low. It looks dim. If I flip the switch, that's off but high, it doesn't work, or that's high, and which is awfully dim. You hear the turbo trying to do something. Not trying to get into the turbo because we need to address other things first. It does have my downpipe on it. I'll show under the hood here in a second when we get it back home. But we'll get it pulled into the driveway and take a look at some things. Alright, here we are under the hood. Looks like this car has been apart and somewhat restored. It does have our EGR delete on it. It has our downpipe that somebody heat wrapped. The motor's been painted, but it's been painted Pontiac blue, not GM corporate blue, but not a big deal. As you can see, brand new alternator on it. Got some things capped off. I'm trying to see. Got some kind of vacuum hose there that's capped off. Carb looks newer. Maybe we rebuilt that carb. That might be ours. Got a new water pump on it, aluminum water pump. Maybe I sold him that too. It does have tubular upper control arms with a lot of shims in them for the alignment. Oh yeah, well, I wonder if somebody tried to rebuild that box. If you play with that nut adjustment right there, you can really screw things up and give it that stiff steering that's stuck, that doesn't return. Well, it's got a stainless fuel line from us. A lot of our parts on it. Yep, we rebuilt that carb. I can tell. It doesn't run terrible, but the surging idle is kind of a concern. Which, again, is probably that ESC motor on the throttle linkage. Has the correct 81 offset master cylinder. That's a really nice car. Paint is really good. Interior looks really nice. So one of the things I noticed right away, so it's kind of hard to see with the sun, this rear wheel is an 81 because this center cap is about flush with the machine surface of the wheel. So that's correct for the car. But then you come up here, and this is an 80 wheel because the center cap sunk in. So we got an 80 rim on the right front, an 81 on the right rear. This is an 81 rim on the left front, and that's an 80 rim on the left rear. So we got mismatched. We got rims. We got two 80s and two 81s. But overall, it's still a pretty decent car power antenna. So we'll get some things fixed. First thing we're going to tackle is see what's going on with that alternator. I got a feeling that the choke relay under the dash is either missing or not working properly, and that's probably what's going on. Well, somebody painted the heat shield white to match the car. Interesting. But alright, well, we'll get working on it. Alright, so we've got the car inside. We got a new steering box for it. That was one of the most important things because it's a little sketchy to drive. Another obvious problem that we have is that the choke light is on in the dashboard. And as we can see, it's got a brand new alternator on it. So why are we mentioning that? The choke light is actually part of, it's tied in and integrated with the charging system. I can't even really explain accurately how it works, but basically the alternator, when it's putting out voltage, it clicks a relay that's under the dashboard. That relay knocks out the light in the dash. So the choke light, and I'll show it to you in a minute, the choke light is in the voltage gauge. The voltage, the choke light not only tells you if something's wrong with the electric choke going on, but it's also your battery light. So if the alternator is not charging or something like that, the choke light will also come on. So one of the first things, obviously I see a new alternator on it. Somebody was trying to get the light to go out, and actually the voltage gauge is down. It's not charging, or it doesn't look to be charging according to the gauge. So let's take a look inside. And as you can see, I'm already started diving into this, but basically we're looking at the voltage gauge. Well, with the key on, there's your choke light, okay? You can see the voltage is down. If I start the car, choke light's still on, voltage is still down, it's not charging. So one of the first things I always go to is there's a choke relay that is underneath the dash here, and it's usually a transparent green relay. Well, after digging around for a few minutes, I found the connector for it with no relay in it. Now, obviously, looking around in here and the way things came apart, somebody's gone through the car and, I guess, restored it. I'm assuming they might have had the dashboard out. At least the wiring was moved around because they never bolted up the ALDL connector, diagnostic connector for under the dash. And actually, one of the light bulb sockets for, it's not there, there's a light bulb socket up in here that's supposed to be for under dash light. So first thing I'm going to do is put a relay there that belongs there, and let's see what we get. I think I've got an extra one here. Let me check. Okay, it's not an original green one, but this looks to be a replacement. It's black. The biggest thing is the 3-prong terminal. It's kind of a weird deal. Like I said, normally this cover is a transparent green. You can kind of see through it. I've actually taken these apart, you know, just spread the cover, pop them off, and actually check to make sure the contacts are good, or even sanded the contacts on some of them. Now, when you look in here and under the dash, there's also a yellow relay. Don't confuse that relay with the choke relay. The yellow one's actually the horn relay. Actually, we should make sure the horn works, which it does not. So we're gonna have to look into that next. But let's plug this relay in here and we'll see what we get when we start the car. All right, relay's plugged in, key on, and now we don't have a choke light at all. Well, that's interesting. What happened there? I'll start it up. Oh, that's not a good sign. Well, now we're charging, but the choke light's still on. Okay. All right, next step. Let's go out under the hood. All right, one of the things I'm going to check with my test light is that the brown wire on the alternator has actually got voltage coming out of it. So I'm going to put the ground for my test light, make sure the wire doesn't get in the fan. So this should have power coming out. Hold on. So test light works. That's power for the battery on the back of the alternator. We're going to come over here. Yep, voltage coming out of the brown wire. That's going to the relay. We got voltage there. So alternator is putting out. We're charging. We got to figure out why that light's acting funny. Now I'm going to shut the car off here. What's very odd to me is that choke light should be on with the key on, like it was when the relay was disconnected or was missing. Maybe this relay isn't. I don't know. Maybe this relay is not really for this, or I've never had one do this. This is kind of odd that the choke light with the relay plugged in. See, now with no relay lights on, the choke light does not go on with the key with the relay plugged in. I'm gonna get out the service manual. I got a feeling it's the relay, honestly. I gotta see if I got another one. All right, I did find a correct transparent green relay in my stash of parts, but it's looking a little a little rusty. I'm gonna try to pop it apart just to make sure it's okay. Check the connections or the contacts inside. And then, I mean, I could just plug it into the car and try it, but let's just make sure everything's okay inside here first. I got a feeling this is probably going to fix it. I don't know what this black relay, I mean, it was plugged into another car as the choke, for the choke relay, but I don't know, maybe there's something wrong with it. All right, so popped it apart. Yeah, we got, oh, yeah, we got some rust on there. We got some rust, but we could test it too and make sure it works. But I'm going to sand these contacts a little bit. I just got a little piece of sandpaper here. I can't see up close with my glasses now. Getting old. So I think you can still buy these new, but honestly, I've never tried a new one. I've always just been able to clean up the contact points and use them. sure it should make contact. And the neat part is you can actually plug these in without the neat part is you can plug these in without the cover on it and watch it actually work. We'll get this cleaned up and we'll put it in and try it out. All right, so got it plugged in loosely with no cover on it. And now we'll key on, see what happens here. Hey, choke light's on. Okay, fire it up. Oh, choke light's out and we're charging. Woo! All right. So it was the relay all along. It was missing, and put the correct one in and we're good. So we'll get the cover, I'll shut it off. We'll get the cover back on there and button everything up, and well, that's one thing checked off the list. Okay, so got the horn working. Another simple fix. It was just the relay. I think the contacts were bad in the relay. Same type of relay as the choke relay. You know, I wonder if they could actually be used in place of each other. But anyway, I took it apart, cleaned the contacts, plugged it in, tried it out. Yep, works now. So we're just going to keep rolling along with the electrical. He said the power trunk release doesn't work. So I'm going to, you know, keeping with the theme of electrical, go to the easiest stuff first. I know the courtesy fuse was blown. What is going on here? I've never seen where the key had to try to go in sideways. That's really, well, that's because it just doesn't work. What is the deal here? Oh, the square key opens it. That's odd. Alright, what do we got going on here? Well, there's a wire going to it. And I'm going to turn the camera around. And it looks like it got painted. Well, we'll start here. We'll unplug this. And if we can. There's some stuff in the trunk too then. What's in here? Oh, control arms. We have stock control arms, because this car's got tubular control arms on it. Alright. Yeah, let's see if we can get this unplugged. Oh, that's how it goes. Now, let me put the camera down. Alright, so had the wife push the button in the dashboard in the glove box and check for power back here at the wire. There's nothing. So next step is we're going to go into the glove box here, and we're going to see if the little yellow button's actually plugged in and that the plug has power to it. So let me get after this and get this all unscrewed. I think that's the problem. Pretty sure that's the problem. All right. See what we got. Now we got. Well, now it's unplugged. Let's get the. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's not. Oh boy, we've got all kinds of stuff going on here. So the glove box was not screwed in at all. We have the glove box light is just kind of hanging out here. At least they were, you know, nice enough to give us the screw. And we have another dome light just kind of hanging out, not attached to anything. And we have power coming into the switch, but nothing going out to... Well, I gotta find the wire that goes out to the trunk. Where is that? What is this wire? This wire... I'm not sure what this one is. Feel where it's going. Oh, something... No, I broke a clip. Or knocked a clip off. Some wiring up there. Alright, this is going to require some more investigation. Please hold. Alright, after some investigation, it seems that the wire from the trunk up to the button is buried somewhere under the carpet, possibly. and didn't make its way up. So this is my hypothesis as to what happened. This vehicle was completely or most likely taken completely apart to be restored, and I use that in quotes. So the car was painted. Looks like it's got new carpet in it. I'm sure the dashboard was probably out of it. A lot of the wiring was not either routed correctly. Some of the wiring is not in the correct spots. There's grounds that are hooked up in places that shouldn't be. A lot of the AC ductwork is missing behind the dashboard, under the dashboard. You know, glove box wasn't bolted in place. Things of that nature. Also, the dome light does not work because there's no wiring or socket up there for the bulb. So that's hidden in there somewhere probably, which, is this a cloth headliner? I don't think that's not the correct headliner. Somebody redid the headliner in cloth. It should be perforated vinyl. So we're going to make a phone call to the customer and see how far they want us to dive into this, because this could get ugly quick. But we'll see what happens and how far they want to go with it, and then we'll move on to the other stuff.